Today I'll be showing you how to rip/burn a CD from the disk itself into iTunes. So, of course, what you can do first is go to either Microsoft Edge or Google and download iTunes from there, or download from the Microsoft Store if you're on Windows. If you're on Mac, you can just use the Finder tool because Mac is no longer supporting iTunes as a software because it's outdated as hell, but it still kind of works. So, firstly, what you want to do is get your CD, shove it in your CD burner. This can be a CD burner, DVD, Blu-ray, or 4K burner, because anything after the CD is completely backwards compatible, because the CD is such a universal format when it comes to optical media. So, get your CD burner. Most CD burners are pretty cheap. It's when you get to the Blu-ray burners which they start getting more and more expensive. But for burning CDs, you don't need anything fancy because the file size is so much smaller than anything else. So, once you've put your disk inside your burner, what you want to do, close it up and then wait for it to load up on the iTunes account. This might take a second. Okay, now here, would you like to import the CD to your iTunes library? Do not ask again. Yes. But before we fully let it import, what's important to notice here is that right now I've got the internet connection on. If you do not have this, then everything's going to come up blank because the CDs themselves usually don't have names on them if they're older. They're just coming up as track 1, track 2 by unknown artists. That's what happens. So, you need to make sure you have an internet connection on so it autofills it, or you can fill it in yourself with the information on the jewel case. But if it's coming up with nothing, or you want to change the information on it, what you can go is to the settings button and get track names, and well, usually there will be a drop down menu which will show you the different names you can give it to. However, this disc only has one track associated with it, so it's not giving me any other options. So another thing you can do is change the CD info. See, this is what you have to do when there's no information on it. You have to add in the artist manually, everything manually. You can learn how to do it quickly, but no real point in doing it unless it's an incredibly old disc with no information on it. So yeah, once you've done that, you import the CD. Now, most of the time what you're going to be using is the AAC encoder. There's no real point using the MP3 encoder because MP3 is just more compressed, sound worse, so just don't use it. And here, 256 kilobytes per second stereo, perfectly fine. Sort of the best audio you can get on a CD, and there's no point trying to, rank it up, because if you're downloading it to any media device like an iPod, even if it's a couple kilobytes above that range, completely freaks out, starts making weird glitchy noises. No point doing that. So, press OK, and it's going to download everything. Depending if you've got a CD, DVD, or Blu-ray drive, it will increase the speed at which this is happening. I've got a plain old DVD drive from about 15 years ago, so it's going to take about 10 minutes to fully download, depending on how long the album is, but a Blu-ray drive with a SATA port, completely fine. It would download this so quickly compared to this USB 2.0, which is much slower, but it will get the job done. So, that's how you download it.